Hello, beautiful people. It's so good to be here again. I'm so happy to be here again. I've missed you guys so much. I'm so sorry I couldn't release any video anytime sooner. I've been busy with my exams for the last couple of weeks. So now that we are back, I know I promised you that I'm going to do a video about the initial course prospectus for master students that wants to study in Italy. So if you're just joining me for the first time, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome. My name is Ayobabe Ogudairo. I'm studying engineering management at University of Salento under the Unisalento for Talent Scholarship. If you want to know more or have a brief overview about the Unisalento for Talent Scholarship, go right back and check my previous videos about the overview. It will give you an insight about Unisalento for Talent Scholarship. And for those that actually feel that scholarship application is stressful and they don't have time or they can't go through all that, there are affordable schools in Italy that you can apply to. And today I'll be giving you a general overview about the initial course prospectus and how much you need to budget for you to study here in Italy. For the scholarship student also, you need to watch this video so as to know how much you need to budget or how much you need to have handy for you to study in Italy. Let's dive right in. First thing you need to know is to know the cost of tuition at the university you want to apply to. For example, University of Salento, where I school, the tuition fee is about 1,000 euros per year. There is a school I heard of also, University of Pavia, about 400 euros per year. Yeah, you heard me correctly, about 400 euros per year. I checked their website and I saw that the cost of tuition depends on your income. The information you give about your income, that will determine how much they will charge you for school fees. Isn't that amazing? So do well to check the tuition fees of your school. This will help you greatly. After you get the amount, then the next thing to talk about is the residence permit. For you to study in Italy, you need a residence permit. And this permit comes at the cost of about 116 euros per year. Another thing you will need is for the annual health insurance. You need about 150 euros. That's about 149 euros to 150 euros thereabout. So, and for your health insurance, there are other options. I think there is one that you can actually do for about 70 euros or 80 euros thereabout. So it just depends on what you want. National health insurance will come with a doctor, but the other one will not. You might not have access to a doctor. So in case you need to have a checkup, a body checkup, you will not be able to do that. That's why the national health insurance is better than the other one. So health insurance about 149 to 150 euros. Another one is regional tax, additional tax. It costs about 176 euros per year. It's also annual. So these are annual fees that you need to pay on a yearly basis. You need to renew, and you must pay your tax. If you don't pay your tax, your studentship will not be valid. It will only become valid unless you pay your tax. So you'll not be able to create your career path. You'll not be able to register for the courses you want on your student portal. So it is very compulsory you pay the tax. Another key thing you need to budget for is your rent. Yes, rent. And rent is somewhat on the high side. So it depends on your location. It depends on your city. So the cost for my own city, which is Lecce, you can see a room self-con at about 250 to 300 euros. Some as low as 180, 200 euros. So it depends on how you get the apartment, whether you get directly from the landlord or through a website also. And it depends on how comfortable you want to be. But you can get as low as 180 euros, 200 euros, 300 euros, 400 euros, as much as you can afford. So you will get that. And also utility bills. Utility bills cost around 20 to 50 to 70 euros per month. So for the rent and utility bills, you can budget about 300 euros for that on monthly basis. Yes. So when you want to do your calculations, you know how to do it. There is another thing in Italy. There are rules about this housing. First, you need to make an initial deposit of 2 months of the rent. Then secondly, you need to pay about 400 euros as caution fee. This will be returned to you at the end of your contract in case you don't damage anything. If you don't damage anything, it will be refunded to you, but from the onset you will have to pay. It depends on your negotiation skills and how lenient your landlord might be. Some landlord, you can negotiate with them and split this caution fee over the month, so you don't have to pay once. You can decide to pay, let's say maybe in installment. Pay 100 euros first, 200. It depends on your negotiation with your landlord. Some of the landlords are actually, they are lenient with all these things. Another thing under the monthly budget is the bus pass. Unless you want to trek around, or you want to buy a car, or you want to get a bicycle, so you need a monthly bus pass of about 12 euros per month. I think there is an annual charge also if you want, probably about 200 euros. You might want to look at that also. You might want to consider that. So, but bus pass on monthly basis about 12 euros per month. Let's say you don't want the monthly bus pass, you can actually buy a 1 euro bus ticket. Usually when you want to go out, let's say you want to go to the store to get some things, you need 1 euro ticket to go to the store, and when you're coming back you need to get another 1 euro ticket to return. So probably about 2 euros for a complete round trip. Basically the way it works is 1 euro per trip. Anywhere you want to go, as far as you are still in the bus, your 1 euro still works. But once you alight from the bus, that's the end of your 1 euro. So I'm definitely sure you will always want to subscribe for the monthly bus pass. It's affordable, like that's the cheapest you can get. Except, as I said earlier, if you have a car or you have a bicycle or you have any ride or you have anything to transport you, so you might not necessarily need to buy the monthly bus pass. The next thing you want to consider is the mobile phone subscription. Yes, we know data is life, internet is life, and some schools, most times in your schools should have Wi-Fi, but there are times that the Wi-Fi are always annoying, like really annoying. So you need to have your own mobile subscription. It's not compulsory, but if you feel you need it, you can get it. And most times there are public Wi-Fi services also in the cities, so you might not necessarily need to subscribe monthly if you don't want it. So for monthly subscription, you need to budget about 15 euros. For you to get a SIM card and mobile phone subscription, it varies from telecommunications company to another. Averagely, about 15 euros subscription will do just fine. For 15 euros subscription, you can get about 150 gig from some telecommunication companies, while another you need about 10 euros for 70 gig, another one 10 euros for 50 gig. So it basically depends on you. But initial cost of getting this SIM card, for some you can spend about 25 euros, and some you can spend as low as 15 euros to get the initial SIM card. But most times when you get this initial SIM card, you need to subscribe also. So the plan for 15 euros, 5 euros for SIM card, then 10 euros for subscription. So it depends on you. It's very flexible, but you can budget an average of about 15 euros on monthly basis for mobile phone subscription. Another thing we need to consider is the most important thing, for the foodies like me. Food! Oh, look! I love food! Yes. When I was coming, I had a budget of 3 euros per meal. So, and because of my financial constraint, I planned on having 2 square meals per day. That's 1 meal in the morning, 1 meal at night. I was planning to have 101 meal formation. On daily basis, my budget was about 6 euros. 6 euros on meals per day. Yours might be 9, yours might be 12. So just look at it. Find the one that works for you and do the math. For me, it was 6 euros per day was enough for me. 3 euros in the morning, 3 euros at night. But please note that the 3 euros budget per meal might not work for you, because we consume different quantity of food. When I got here, I love cooking. So instead of me spending as high as that on a meal, I spend less. I go to the grocery store to get groceries and I cook. I make nice meal. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. I know how to cook. So I make my own food and I spend about 20 euros per week on groceries. Yours might be different. You might spend as high as 30 or 40, or it might even be less. But mine was 20. So it all depends on you. This particular cost is all on you, how much you want to eat and how you can eat. Although my plan before, my meal formation plan has changed. I eat about 4 times in a day, sometimes 5, sometimes 3, but then it's not the 2 again because getting groceries is kind of cheaper here. So I'm enjoying the life of my head. Yeah, but when you come, you also will enjoy it. Another thing you might want to consider is opening a bank account. But as a student, you might decide not to open a bank account. You might want to keep your cash, but for safety reasons, and if you are someone that actually makes transactions online, you will definitely need a bank account. So for you to be opening a bank account, we have different types of banks and different charges, different rates. But on an average, you can budget about 30 euros for bank opening. So it will cover the tax and the card and whatever charges that might be embedded. But there are some banks that actually with just 7 or 8 euros you are good to go. Most of the online banks only charge you for card, then you are fine. You can start transacting with your card and all. The second to the last item on my list is flight booking. You might want to budget about 650 euros. So it depends on the airline you want to fly with, or the comfort you want, or the type of service you want on the flight. So but for me, an average of 650 euros should be fine. And finally, we don't want to leave this out, your visa process. For visa process, you might want to budget about 300 euros. This budget I have for visa process will include your legalization, translation of documents, authentication of your documents at Ministry of Education and Ministry of Foreign Affairs, other expenses, visa application and all. Though it's huge, the budget I have for it is exorbitant, but you might not spend up to that. You should not spend up to that on all these processes. However, this is just a budgetary sum. So with all this, everything I've said, I want you to now pick your pen and do some little calculations so that you get the total value of how much to budget. Showing right on your screen now is the summary of everything I've mentioned, everything I said. But I will still implore you to watch the video again and pen down most of the things I've said, because I missed out some of these costs on this particular summary. So you might need to go back to check and validate what I summarized here. Please note that this is a budgetary sum. I'm not saying this is the exact amount that it will cost you to study in Italy. I'm just giving you a budgetary sum for you to plan your finances and have a clue about what you should expect to spend. And it's a wrap, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video today. I hope you've been able to learn a lot and have a budgetary sum of how much it will cost you. So in my upcoming video, I'll be talking about the visa application process, things you need to do first, things you need to do simultaneously and all that. I'm very sure you don't want to miss it. So if you don't want to miss it, click the subscribe button right now so that you will be alerted anytime I drop the next video. Do well to like the video and drop your questions in the comment section. I will gladly revert. Bye for now.